Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Creative Tavern. My name is Christopher Lee. I am a concept artist. I'm a freelance concept artist in the entertainment industry, theme park entertainment industry, correction. And I'm here today with my buddy Michael Welker. Well, let me go back. Sorry. I'm always messing up on these introductions. I've been in the industry for 10 years. I worked with various companies with Walt Disney Imaginary and Universal Studio Creative. And I'm here today with my buddy Michael Walker. Yes, there you go. Hello,
Hello,
Michael.
everybody. My name is Michael
Hello.
Hellwalker. I'm a software developer these days, also a writer and a creative producer in the theme park industry, which is where I got to work on some great projects with Chris.
Yeah.
Recently, we found ourselves kind of in between big theme park projects and said, hey, why don't we put our heads together and do a creative project, just the two of us? Took us a while to figure out what that was going to be, but we eventually settled on making a video game, learning how to make a video game, since that's something neither of us have ever done before.
Mm.
And in the spirit of building a creative community and spending more time with creative folks, we said, hey, why don't we broadcast these design sessions of us making this game and invite other creative people in to see, to witness it happening live? And that's kind of how the Creative Tavern came to be. And to tell you more, I'm going to hand it back to Chris.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, so the Creative Tavern is a place for all creative people. If you have anything to share, if you're working on anything, if you have a drawing, if you have, like this week, we actually have a storytelling expert excerpt that was sent to us in the Discord, as well as, if you do model making, anything at all, anything creative you want to share with the rest of the world, our channel, our platform is for you. Because I know when I first started in Twitch, I was like, man, I want to share my artwork, but I don't know where to go. So yes, please let people know there's a Creative Tavern, and if you're here, welcome. First of all, I want to say welcome to Kolibut, Killer Cookie, and also Totoro in the chat, and those of you guys watching as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, and please, yes, if you have anything to share, join our Discord. Welcome to the Creative Tavern family. And today is, oh, before we start, Michael, did I miss anything at all? Is there anything you want to add?
Oh, nailed it.
Okay, sweet. I wish I would nail it in the first part. I always mess up. I don't know. It's like always the introduction that I
That's the hardest part.
that's
The breaking the ice and getting started. Like I don't and like it's easy when you throw it to me because it's like you've already like got it going. And I can just like
yeah
attach it and like do and then throw it back off to you.
yeah. Well,
You've got the hard part.
give me one more year, guys. I promise I'll get it better in one more year. But with that said, today is Sunday, so it is my day to share with you guys all my updates with you guys, and as well as take a look at your artwork, as well as artwork and like I said, today's we actually have a storytelling excerpt that was uploaded to us, and we will go ahead and take a look at that after all the updates. All right. So with that said, I am going to pass it along to myself. We're going to do a little quick review first. And in order to do that, I need to share my screen with Michael. All right, please share screen number 4, go live. We are live, baby. And go number 3. And obviously, oh, that's not it. That is not it. La, la, la,
Did
la,
I
la,
avert my
la,
eyes?
la. Nope. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Hold on. Wait a second. I'm getting confused. Oh, wait, this is the wrong screen. That's right. Monitor laptop.
Ugh.
Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. This one. There you go. I got my stuff together. I got my stuff
Okay.
together, I promise. All right, you guys see it? Michael sees it. Okay, we are a go. And is my computer lagging? A little bit, but not too bad. Okay, first and foremost, before I share this, I would like to show you my some of the updates that I did for Unity. And another reason why is I want to close Unity so that my computer can run a little bit more smooth. So let's get
Okay.
Unity over with first. All right, so last week Michael had some notes for me, and I wanted to address those notes. Holy crap! Ah, come on, move.
Chugging.
Whenever I am assembling stuff and navigating in Unity, it's like pulling teeth. I swear. Okay. All right. So edit number one, and obviously I could see myself super laggy, so I apologize for that. Don't don't look at me, guys. Don't look at me. Just look at the computer screen. All right. So what we have right here is the boss. Last week we had an issue
Yeah.
that one side of the arm had the kind of cuts. What are these called again? Um, cut lines.
Like
Uh, paneling.
seam lines,
Seam
paneling.
line. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Seam line slash paneling. It was only on one side. And the reason that happened is because I forgot to export the new updated FBX. It was actually using the old FBX. So that's why when I sent it to you and you applied the texture on there, even though the texture were updated, the model was not because the UV itself was still looking for that empty piece. What I did was I actually kind of took that half of the side and kind of replicated to the other side, and then
Mm,
the old model didn't know where to look, so that's why we had a missing piece. But now it's fixed now. It's fixed now. So this is good to go. This
great.
little area right here, sweet. And the next thing that we had an issue with was the spider bot. For some odd reason, was skilled at 100, and now it's skilled at 1. So the reasoning behind why it was skilled at 100 is because I have no idea. Because I
Okay.
essentially just I exported it the same exact way. Before it was skilled at 111, and when I put it in Unity, it was at 100. So I'm like, what the hell? And then so I re-exported it again, and then it worked. So I don't know why. It's
Whoa.
so weird. It was so weird. Um, but yeah, now it's all the pieces are now 111. They are all good to go. Okay,
Sweet.
sweet. So that's good. All right, the next thing. Uh, lighten hero texture. All right. So last week, Michael, you had a little bit of
Oh
issue
yeah.
trying to lighten the blue part, right? So
Hmm.
this is the old version right here. You could tell it's a little bit darker, but I will say that. So for example, if I do this right here, is there any way I can make this bigger, Michael?
Kind of. I mean, if you drag the entire, yeah, if you do that, and then
Uh,
you can move the cursor up a little bit, and then yeah, make that bigger. There you go.
okay.
That's the best that you
So
can do.
cool. So this is what is before and this is after. Um, I gotta
Mm,
I gotta tell you though, it doesn't feel like it's a huge change. For example, this is the old one, this is the new one. No, hold on, let me change the
mm,
metallicness, the smoothness. Let me make it the same.
mm.
See, okay, so this one is also not as, there you go. So if you could tell, it's a little bit brighter, but not by
Yeah.
much. Not by much. Again, this is the thing. I mean, I could make this even more brighter if we need to. If you still need it to be a little bit more brighter, then I will go ahead and brighten it as much as we need. So this is the updated version for that, and
Yeah, looks great.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so there's that. The next thing is individual missile. So you would like to see individual
Yeah.
missile from the missile bot. So this in itself is the missile. So you could do whatever you want. And
Sweet.
granted, when I do get a little bit more time, I'll make this a little bit sexier so that when it does come towards us, or get shot at us, it'll look much more threatening. Because right now it's just kind of like a missile, like a geometry missile.
Sure.
Um,
Um,
oh, go
One
ahead.
note about that, if you do want to spend time, it's fine because I think this is going to be something that they're just going to be mostly shooting at. But if you do want to spend time kind of like sexing it up a bit, um, consider working on one that is like uh, shorter and like wider, like fatter. Because in order to make it something that is easier for the player to shoot, we're gonna cheat. Once it fires out of the ship, we're gonna make it bigger.
So
That
are you
makes sense.
saying once it leaves this area, the geometry itself will increase in size?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh.
Because
Oh,
if we
that's
don't,
interesting.
it's gonna be too small to hit.
Okay, okay.
I
I'm
think.
okay. I'm absolutely not arguing with you. I will do exactly what you have requested. Um it's just I'm trying to wrap my head around like once it leaves the initial position, are you substitute are you swapping out the missile from a skinny one to a bigger one? Oh, interesting. All right.
Yeah, so what,
So,
what I'm anticipating doing is you'll see the missile bot fire, there'll be like a little puff of smoke or whatever. We'll delete the missile from its battery, from its canister, its barrel, whatever. And
uh-huh, uh-huh.
then out of the smoke, the replacement, the fatter one, will appear. And that one will have its own programming to kind of like hone in on the player and get closer and closer, and then the player's got
That's
to
so
shoot it.
cool. That's so cool. Yeah, 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 yeah. I will go ahead and design a bigger missile. Do you mind? Do you mind creating a this is actually a really good test for us swapping uh substitute geometry. Can you make a size that you think is good and then give
Sure.
that geometry to me and I'll base a new design around that new geometry.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to make a note for
Think
myself right now.
perfect. Thank you. How am I doing, chat? Am I super laggy? Ah, yes, I think I still am. I'm gonna go ahead and close down Chrome because Chrome is
Okay.
like eating up my bandwidth or my
Processor,
RAM. Yeah, processor. Thank you.
memory,
Okay.
all of the computer things.
Yep, yep, yep. All right. So next thing is the last thing, which is the emission layer. Michael, you have requested to do an emission layer, and I say,
Yeah, it looks
okay.
awesome.
All right, hold on. Hold on. You didn't even see it yet. Give me 1 second. Wait.
Oh,
How
really?
how do you? Wait, hold on. Wait.
What are you trying to
Unity.
do, Chris? Oh,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
So
Whoa,
this
that's
is
so
like
cool.
the nighttime. Oh well, that's not true.
Yeah.
The sun is just at a opposite end. But yeah, this is how it looks. Hold on, let me. With their eyes glowing. Granted, I don't know how to do a bloom effect. I'm pretty sure you know how to do it, Michael. Um, uh, hopefully you'll have a nice little bloom in
Do
the
you want to do it now in real time, or if we've got a
can
lot
you
of stuff to get through? Yeah, so if you go up to under, I think, either assets or window.
assets or window
Yeah, up there, click there. Go to package manager,
package manager.
and then wait for that window to open.
Uh-huh.
There we go. So up where it says packages my assets, click that drop down and go to Unity registry.
Oh God, is this gonna
We're
make
almost there.
me like?
You're gonna need to download a thing. Hopefully that doesn't
Oh,
think that'll cause problems. It shouldn't be
ye-
that big. If you don't want to
well,
do it, we can skip it.
yeah. Let's skip it because I have a feeling it's
Okay.
gonna take forever and it's gonna kill our stream. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also taking forever to refresh the packages. Yeah, so okay, well,
Yeah.
no problem. On my end, I will definitely show us what it looks like with Bloom next time.
Sweet. But does this still look okay?
Yeah,
With
it
the
looks
glowing eyes?
awesome.
Yeah. And I have something else to show you. Oh,
Ooh.
I gave a little bit of a oh shit.
Yeah, nice.
It's kind of glowing this little area right here.
Yeah,
The thruster is glowing. Oh well, hold on. Can I just get rid of the? Oh, that's interesting. When I click off the
yeah.
directional light, it. Okay.
Switches to like a sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
weird.
yeah. Well, I went ahead and created an emission map for this little piece right here.
Sweet.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we
that's
could
fantastic.
obviously, yeah, we could change the color if you want. But yeah, that's how the emission maps are. So yeah, they have a emission map now, and I think these are looking pretty good. I love the
Yeah, I
silhouettes.
think
It's
they're
so nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic work, dude. This is great.
Yeah. Teamwork. Oh, right. One thing I actually did add, it's just one thing that I wanted to do. Hold on. Hold on. Can you see it? Can I see it? So this was, oh geez. Michael, I'm having a little bit of a clipping issue. Um,
Yeah, it's because you're in isometric.
oh, I see. Thank you. Whoa, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
go.
there you go. Perfect. Uh, thank you so much. God, I wish you told me that when I was working on this. It was just like, why is this? Ah, it's clipping. It's driving me
So
nuts. Anyways,
frustrating.
I know. So before I told you I wanted to go ahead and model this out because when you look at this right now, it just looks really flat, right? Um,
Hmm.
the exhaust area. So I went
Hmm.
ahead and just modeled it.
Nice.
I'm assuming it's not gonna take that much memory, so it just looks a lot better in my opinion.
Totally. Yeah, that's
And
great.
same with this guy right here. It's just
Yeah, these look awesome.
yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Um, compared to this one, it was just flat.
Totally.
Yeah, but this one actually has some it looks cleaner basically.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. And that's the update for these guys. And if you're
Yeah, that's
okay with them, I will package it up and then send these guys your way.
yeah. I mean, this is huge because I think basically like once I get it out of my end, unless there's any like little bugs or weird things that we find, I think you're done. Like
Yeah.
our first finished assets delivered. Good job, Chris.
Yay. Yeah, that's awesome. Good job, Michael, too. Good job both of us. I foresee there's
Amazing.
going to be a lot more stuff that we're gonna have to deal with, but for now I'll take the small victory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I leave this, I want to go ahead and package it up right now so I don't have to open it up again. So I need to package it up, click right click, export package, just the robots, and click on export. Sorry guys, this is boring. I apologize. Is there anyone talking in chat?
Let's see. Nope, I think we're all caught
Nope,
up.
we're cut. Okay, nice.
Butter Cookie does say looking good. And
Yeah.
and I think in response to you might have been asking about the lag on your end, Gilkirky said, nah, not too bad on my end.
Okay, good. Thank you, Cookie. All right, and save. Perfect. Exporting package now. It's that easy, guys. What's today's date? The 14th? Okay, yes. It's good. All right, cool. All right. Let me go ahead and close this. All right. Go away, Unity. All right. So now for the review from uh last last week when I was doing the scene 2. Actually, maybe it might be 3 weeks ago. I don't remember anymore. But if you guys remember, this is now scene 2 where because we wanted a solution of not having such a huge asteroid planet to rotate around, we came up with the solution to having little tiny asteroids with little colonies architecture on top, and then we would just fly from one asteroid to another and fighting ships and whatnot. So this is what it looks like currently, and it's not the final piece. It's absolutely not final. This is just what it can look like, with individual tiny little assets here, little stuff here, and here's a big old asteroid or a tiny asteroid, right? And then we got more stuff here. Just creating creating an environment using tiny little assets. Just build with a whole bunch of different architectural structures to make things look interesting, right? And then so one of my homeworks are one of my homework was from last week was to update the bots as well as try my best to have these assets UV unwrapped and textured as much as possible because time's a ticking, guys. It's already August 14th, and we need to get moving. And so I need to hurry up and do as much as I can to get these um, all done. And so okay, so you guys see this right now. There's like a whole bunch of stuff here. There's also a whole bunch of stuff here. But if you really look closely at it, don't look too close because it'll kill the laziness and magic that I'm trying to. It's an illusion, guys. It's illusion. But yeah, as you can tell, this piece is the same as this piece. This piece is the same as this piece. Just a bunch of repetitious assets that I created. Make once and use 100 times, right? Just to work smart and not hard. All right, so essentially this is the environment, and my goal is to uh, break them down and start texturing it, right? But before we do that, I just want to. I think it's been a while, Michael, since we actually seen the planet. Or actually, hold on. Uh,
Whoa.
oh,
Oh,
hold on.
that's the rail
Yeah,
tube, right?
right. Yep. Hide. All right. It's been a while since we've seen it, so let's go ahead and just enjoy. Wow, it's so laggy. I don't know why it's so laggy. Apologize, guys. So, yeah, we are just flying through. This is what we're looking at right now is actually scene three. Scene three is when we're actually flying on top of on the surface of the big asteroid, and then we're joined by our compatriots, our wingmen that will quickly fly away when there's a hint of danger. And just FYI, nothing really is lit in here right now. We kind of just have one source light, and that's about it. And then woo, big loop de loop. Yeah. Wow, it's lagging so bad. You know what? I'm not going to play this through. If you guys wanna check it out, it's this everything is all nicely packaged up in our YouTube channel. Holy cow, jeez, man. Okay. Anyways, let me close up Unity Hub because boy, it's like my
Yeah, really chugging.
it's chugging like a mofo. I don't know what's going on. All right, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Do not save. Am I still chugging? Am I still chugging? Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think it's the Discord, man.
Oh man,
It might be
bummer.
the this. Yeah. Can you guys see this? It actually looks it's choppy, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad. Okay. All right. All right. So now I only have one Blender file open, so the computer should not be complaining and moaning, and I should not be moaning as well, or complaining. Okay. So if you guys remember what we saw from the previous file that I just closed, there was like a whole bunch of architecture on top of asteroids, right? Well, if you really look closely, these are it. This is it, guys.
Wow,
This is
that's
it.
amazing.
Yeah, this is all the architecture that was shown to you in the previous file. Remember, like
Holy
there's like a
crap.
whole bunch of pipes. Well, here's all the pipes right here. And remember, there's like a platform. This is the platform. This is a platform. This is also a platform. Um, what else? What else? Do you remember there's like a what is it? Like a canister, right? This is part of the
Mm-hmm.
canister right here, and there's like a little thing that goes around the canister. I need to line it up correctly, but basically I would just do something like this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, make it bigger, smaller, however I need in order to get it correct. All right, there you go. So yeah, everything that you see in that environment is all in here. Okay, so now the next thing I needed to do was to UV unwrap everything. And that was a pain in the ass because more or less I had to go into each and one of the assets and UV unwrap it in a way where it's like smart. There is a way where I can just click uh U and then smart UV project, and it'll kind of do everything for me, but it doesn't do it in a way where it's connected to one another. One surface could be here and another surface could be all the way up here, so they're not really connected. The way I did it was to make sure, if one cylinder is like the two top halves, the top, bottom, and the thing that wraps around, it doesn't end up one right here, and then another one right here. It, I wanted to kind of group all together, if possible. And so essentially, for all these geometry, I went ahead and did that right here. So everything that you
Wow.
see, it's all in here. It's all grouped in one texture map.
Amazing.
Yeah. And again, this is all very it's technical and it's just grunt work. You just kind of have to do it. There's nothing special about it. There's no, oh wow, that looks so pretty, or blah, blah, blah. It's just something you got to do. You just got to you got to cut the paper origami in order to lay it flat so that you can start painting on top of it. That's the best way I could describe it. But yeah, this is what it looks like right now. And if I went ahead and go into material preview, you guys can see that based off of where I projected the UV maps. For example, the best thing that I could show you right here is notice this right here. This
Hmm.
platform right here is this right here. So OANAMA, the same as OANAMA right here. So same thing right here. This guy right here is this guy right here, right?
Hmm.
So in a way, I kind of cheated. I went up. I went to the top view. Come on. I went up to the top view and I told you Blender to say, okay, I want you to project the UV map from the top view so that once it's projected, I could easily paint right on top of it. So it's not skewed. It's not at a different weird angle. It's essentially it is what it is. I will get the mapping as what I see from this view right here. Um, Crap. Nope, nope, nope. Come on. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Go back. Material preview. There you go. Wow. Man. Michael, you and I need to have a private session, and I need to figure out why this is like chugging so bad, because we never usually chug like this before. It's just this past 2 weeks that we've been chugging or I've been chugging like this. So if we can, I would love to try to find out what the issue is.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, man.
yeah. So this part right here, the UV unwrapping part,
Hmm.
it's essentially the part one of texturing, right? The next part is actually painting it. That in itself took me forever to do, and I'm glad to say I got up to a certain point where I think I like it, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Notice how this is the setup right here in Blender.
Hmm.
What I
Wow.
will do now is I'm going to, instead of using this texture, I'm going to use this texture right here and then plug that in there. And I'm gonna go to,
Whoa.
yeah, I'm glad you like it. Gonna go to this one.
Oh, that's
So,
so awesome.
so I'm just gonna maximize this really quick. So now you can see in Photoshop, I went ahead and painted how I want the platform to look, you know, and
Yeah.
and FYI, Michael, the white parts, the white little spots are emission, is where I placed the emission maps, lights. So these
Hell yeah.
are
Cool.
anything that you see with the white, it's going to be lit in the model. So yeah, these are
Awesome.
just various platforms that I created. Um, oh no, I just realized that can you tell I actually still have the UV lines? I forgot to turn them off in Photoshop. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so I went ahead and created and painted all the different areas of the pieces that has been unwrapped. And
Yeah.
FYI, Cookie, when you were streaming, this is what I was doing. This you were keeping me entertained when I was painting this, because like I said, there's nothing real artistic about this. This is just getting in there, slapping paint on it, and pray to God that it looks good on the 3D model. So this is what it all looks like. And let me go
Looks
and did this.
amazing. Like
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Yay.
especially yeah, the rendered one with the like actual emissions coming out of it, like, oh, these look so cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now you could tell I added a little bit of bloom.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's right here. You could tell. Um,
Yeah. And you've got like a metal foil texture or something on some of these?
yeah. This is a very rough bump map that I kind of put on there just to give it because we're gonna be like pretty far away. So I had to find a
Right.
nice kind of texture to just give it
Yeah, that's
something.
cool.
Yeah, and I also remember how I told you that there's a way to separate what is metal and what is not really metal. And I kind of
Mm-hmm.
did it with using a metal texture to
Sure.
tell Blender and then Unity like which part of the geometry actually gets kind of like a glossy coat of paint or something to have a nice shimmery look to it. So you could tell, even though this is one geometry, it's like it's totally flat. Yeah, see, it's like just flat, right? It's a
Wow.
flat little thing, but you get so much by adding the necessary texture maps.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
and let me
Man,
just fly
that's
through
so
this real
cool.
quick. Oh, actually, let me do that. There you go. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me go to render view. Let me go to render view. Cookie says, "Wow, you did that all? That holy crap. Yes, I did all that. It was a pain in the butt, Cookie, but I did it. I did it. Oh man. And this is what it
Paid
looks like
off though.
in
Holy smokes.
yeah. I'm glad you like it, dude. Um, so these are the pipes. And granted, I will say that currently they all kind of have this like grayscale look to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we can adjust the color and the brightness and everything in Unity if we had to. But what my goal is to just kind of create one generic look and then paste it and then see how it looks in Unity and then change the color and saturation if we need to in
Sure.
Unity. For example, just for fun, let me see if I could just take this. So this little ring thing right here, boy, why is it doing that? That's so weird. Do you see that like lagging?
Where it's like lagging behind where you're moving your cursor.
It's like jumping. It's like skipping. Do you see it skipping? Actually, no, you don't see it skipping.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I see it skipping. I mean,
It's
it's
actually.
hard to tell because it's the frame rate on Discord is just naturally kind of low, so it's a little harder
Oh,
to
okay,
tell.
okay. But yeah, on my computer, it's like skipping like pretty crazy. Anyways, so for this little loop thingy, this thing could be like a gigantic, like a space station connected by this little thingy majiggy right here, or whatever the hell it
Sure.
is. It's like connected like that. It's connected. Oh, hold on, something like that. I don't know. Um, so it's just something, right? It's just something for us to build architecture. I'm not doing a great job here. Um,
Oh, this is you're doing a really good job. Like I'm seeing this thing coming together. You're just using these off-the-shelf pieces that you made, and
yeah.
bam, Insta Space Station.
And then maybe put another one of this thing here. Make this bigger. and then maybe grab a pipe or something. Oops, right direction, and then make it super long. Oops. Yeah, I love emission maps. These are so cool. It's like
Yeah.
glowing little bits. But anyways, I did this super quick. It's going to look like what I showed you guys in scene 2. So hopefully I can replicate everything in scene 2. I will say, Michael, that I'm probably not going to replicate it in Blender because there's no reason why to do this in Blender because this game is going to be in Unity. So I'm going to import all the individual assets and then I'm gonna build it in Unity. God, I know I'm gonna struggle with it. Ah, yeah, I'm going to build everything in Unity, and then I will give you what. Well, actually, that's not true. I still need your kind of a white model, like just like a geometry of like, okay, I want this big asteroid here with some buildings here with the cores here. I think whenever you give that to me, I will be able to take what you give me and start populating all this stuff that is on top. But with that said, I will give you these pieces so that you could use it if you want.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. I think that's about it, Michael. And chat. That's what I did for today or this week.
Wow. Amazing. Like that's a lot, and it
Yeah.
all looks great. Everything here is like starting to like really make the game come to life. Like I'm starting to like see like, oh wow, this is what the game's gonna look like when we are actually playing it.
Right,
So
right,
like
right.
so close to final assets. And love what you did with like the like sort of decisions that you made along the way of like trying to create that distinction between um, the metal material and then the non-metal material. Um, good choices too about like using a kind of like stronger texture because we're going to be so far away.
Right.
And then the placement of the emissions maps, emissions materials, like those are all great. Yeah, this is exciting, man. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. You see how bumpy this is right now? I think I'm gonna go in and refine it a little bit. I kind of did a really super quick pass at like, oh, what would it look like if I added a little bump map here? But like, it looks super bumpy. Like literally looks like bumpy. It looks not great in my opinion.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I might smooth it out just a little bit, make it look not
Okay.
as like rock. Right now is as if you could just kind of run your hands through it. It just feels super
Yeah.
bumpy. Um, I don't like that right now. What I do like is kind of like the indentations that it kind of has.
Mm-hmm.
It
Sure.
has a pseudo indentation. That I will keep, but yeah, I definitely will go back in and it looks okay from far away. But I don't know how close we're gonna get to these. It really depends on how if we're passing through these really quickly. Depends on
Mm,
how you set up the level, and then from there I can know exactly what we need.
sure.
Whoa.
Nice. More tunnels. Yeah, I mean, feel free to refine the texture because I generally think that like you said, we're going to be pretty far away most of the time, but there probably will
Hmm.
be a couple of like close flybys. So
Yeah.
maybe like the middle ground between don't spend a lot of time to work
Right.
on
Right.
something
Right.
that's going to be far away, but for those
Right.
few little moments where we're going to be kind of up close and personal, um, we'll try to strive for something that uh, splits the difference.
Right. And again, if these architecture pieces, if they're too dark, I will definitely lighten them up. because essentially they're just textures, and all I need to do is just put it in Photoshop and just lighten up the textures.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, that's it, man. That's what I did for this week. It doesn't seem like a lot per se, but I'm so glad that all the elements of scene 2 are done. Actually, one thing it
Yeah.
isn't done. It's the hanging chords. Remember the thing that
Ah.
you really like? I'm saving that till later because again, I need to know where it is so that I can actually create the geometry of the chords
Yep.
and then
Totally.
actually make it. Yeah, because once if I actually made it right now, then you would have been like, well, shit, Chris,
Be like locked into.
you exactly.
Got to be this
Yep,
distance.
yep, exactly. So I don't want to lock you in yet. So I want you to tell me how long it is, and then so I can make it accordingly. Um, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, the,
I'll just say too though, like from your perspective, you think that this isn't a lot, but I think it was a ton. We went through it kind of fast, but you did it. Wow, like we've got the drones are basically done and ready to go. Um, like all of these scene two assets, and again, it's like really impressive that you were able to create that like all those different looking
mm,
station components from just
mhm,
this
mhm.
small little subset. Like that's really cool.
Yeah. I was a little bit shocked too. I was like, wow, is this it? Am I missing anything? And then I went through each and one of the asteroids and I just started deleting stuff. It's like, no, I have this one. No, I have this one. All right, let's take this one there. Oh, this one already exists. So I went ahead and delete that one too. I'm like, wow, you could actually create a lot from like these building blocks. That's it. And you just got to get creatives. Like, oh, instead of vertically, oh, can I make it horizontally? And can I rotate it a little bit? And can I flip it again? And it's like, oh, what if I combine it with this other thing and then connect it with this element here? Oh, it's like a new shape. It's like, oh, cool. So yeah, just recycling a whole bunch of stuff just to make things work.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So for my homework, if it's okay with you, Michael, I'm going to clean up the textures. I'm sorry, clean up the bump map that I said, because right now the thing looks super bumpy, and I will I will put these into Unity,
Okay.
and I'm thinking, put that do the thing, put that in Unity, and then what? Maybe do scene 5 now? Go and tackle scene 5?
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. That would be appropriate.
Okay. And then while you work on the levels, once you get the hanging lines to me, or the hanging cords, conduits, then I'll go ahead and add that and put it in here as well.
I'll
Yeah.
try to get that as quickly as I can. Probably need at least one more week.
Oh, sure. I would say don't rush because while I'm creating these assets, you could do whatever you need to still, because I'm still honing on all these stuff as well. And another reason why I'm kind of moving quickly is because I know for a fact that there's also UI design, right? We still got to design the user interface, how the health bar looks,
Mm-hmm.
and character avatar and all the
Stage
starting screen.
progression. Yep.
Exactly. Health bar, all that other stuff. I know we got to do that as well. So I want to try to get as much done as possible. Uh,
Yeah.
what else?
Oh, that's great, man.
Am I missing anything else? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so for homework, I'm going to get everything done for this level, and I will start uh breaking apart scene 5,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
and
it
then
sounds good.
yeah, and I'll get that done just like I got this done, and then after scene 5 is probably scene 4. cause 2 and 3 is kind of similar, right? 2 and 3, 3 will be using these assets as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that was going to be my question. As long as
Yeah.
3 is using all the same assets, then yeah. Um, One thing that I would request though, when you package these up in Unity, to send to me, if
Uh-huh.
you could, in addition to including the sort of like library you have, if you could also include the like little pre-made ones that you've created. I have the gray model ones, but the ones that actually like have these mappings on them, because having those, the like pre-made ones that you've made, like you're way better at fitting all those Lego pieces together to make something cool than I would be.
Uh-huh.
It'll
Uh-huh.
be handy for me to have them to like be like, okay, for this part, it's not going to look pretty, but I need to have a platform here. Like that's
Yeah.
going to be perfect for me. But in order to like uh have something that looks like a cool little oil refinery thing there, like I think you're way better at that than I am. So if you give me the like off the shelf ones that you've already made, I'll just populate those in. And then when the level is like, okay, this is how the rail goes through here, here are the different little moments. If you from there want to be like, okay, Michael's kind of copy and pasted this thing 3 times, I'm going to vary it up a little bit and change some
Sure.
things to kind of make it
Sure.
look like, okay, this one looks a little bit different than that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, when you send it to me, if you can send those things, that would help me a ton.
Yeah, I think I'm going to send it to you as a Unity file. I'm not gonna send you a Blender FBX export anymore. Now it's I have to kind of get used to working in Unity. By the
Okay.
way, I want to ask you later on, maybe offline, how to like snap things easily with one another.
Sure.
In Blender, you just hold down the control key and then I tell it to go from vertex to vertex and it snaps to
Mm-hmm.
one another. Hopefully, there's something like that in Unity. Hopefully. Okay,
There
good,
is.
good. Drives me crazy when I have to like eyeball things
Eyeball it.
to
Yeah.
it's just pain in the
And then you're
ass.
like, ah, it's perfect. But then you
Yeah,
rotate the camera and you're like, oh, actually, this thing's 5 miles away from where I thought it
yeah.
was.
It's like, oh god, that sucks. Okay, cool. I think, oh man, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that trying to put everything in here, uh, in Unity is going to take like a day or two in order for it to actually make it look good in Unity. Um, I know I'm going to struggle with it a little bit, but I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to look great. And no rush. Like, take your time on this because I'm still trying to figure out some other stuff on my end that's not going to be done for at least another couple days.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool. Very awesome. All right. That I think that wraps it up for me on the thing that I want to show you guys.
Fantastic.
So yeah, yay.
Well,
All right.
hell of an update, Chris. That was great.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm glad we got one scene down. One scene down and four more to go.
Well,
We can
I
do
mean,
this.
yeah, like, so a lot of scene one is going to be off the shelf stuff that we've gotten from other things, unless you want to, like, maybe modify some of those to make them look different. But yeah, now scene two's done. Scene three is mostly done because we're going to use a lot of the same assets. We just need to
Mhm.
figure
Mhm.
out like how we're going to place them.
Mhm.
Scene two,
Mhm.
or scene four, you've already made all of the tunneling pieces. We still need to work on like some of the lighting things,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe some of the like proppy type stuff.
Right. The
But
props.
and then the like general look and layout of scene five is there. It's just not sexified yet.
Right.
Um, but you've like the actual core 3D stuff. Like you've got the lion's share of it done, I think.
Yeah. We just got to keep going. We just got to keep going because
Yep.
I'm counting the weeks right now, and here, let me see. Uh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6-ish weeks left. That's counting all the way to the end of September. So
Yep.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll keep at it. We'll keep at it, guys. We'll keep at it.
Oh.
We can do this. We can do this.
I think I need to get a crunch mode. I feel like, man, He's just not moving fast enough, or I'm not
Yeah.
moving fast enough. I think you're going at a good pace. I think I need to move a little faster to keep up with you.
Well, no, I mean you're trying to figure out how our game works, man. Because I mean you still got to set up the correct systems. Because if we don't have the correct systems, then it won't be fun. So you're doing more important work, in my opinion. If not, yeah, it's
We're almost there. The things that I've been working on and will have to share on Wednesday, it's getting to the point where it's like, oh, actually, this is fun. Like when I'm running a
mm.
test and like, oh, I'm gonna do this test to like look for a thing. I've found myself repeatedly like actually just playing the game, and then
Oh,
like,
good.
oh, whoops, I should stop. But I need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kill all
yeah.
these drones because it's fun.
That's cool. That's cool. Sweet. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here and watching, hanging out with us and taking a look at the update. But now it's the fun part. The fun part is to look at your guys' work. And
Yeah.
let me see. Uh, so if you guys don't know, we have a Discord server, and let me type it in the chat. Caps lock. Oops. Social. If you guys ever want to take a look at our Discord, it is right there. All right. So I'm going to close Discord and I'm going to turn off Photoshop. There you go. All right. So now, ooh, why is this right? All right, I'm gonna move to the center. Move to the center. All right. Sweet. What we are looking at right now, sorry, Michael, you're not looking at it. There you go. Is the Discord server in our gallery. And the first thing that we're going to look at is Zlothy. God, I have a hard time saying that. He went ahead and created multiple. Last week he showed us a four-sided dice, right? And
Mhm.
this week he's showing us everything, actually.
Yeah, this looks like a full set here. I'm seeing four-sided, six-sided, eight-sided, a D20, D12, and then looks like we
Yeah, what
have
that one?
two D10s. One, which is pretty typical because you'll have like a D10 that has numbers 1 through 10, or maybe it's 0 through 9. But then the other
Mm-hmm.
one is like 10 through 100. So that way you could do 90. Like if you rolled two of them, you could get
Oh, sure.
like 85%
Yeah. Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
72%.
Right, right, right. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that I think that's the full complement of Dungeons and Dragons dice we've got there.
Nice, nice. And I was actually on his stream when he was doing this in Blender. So I was just I felt a warmth in my heart. Oh, sorry. I just realized the it's not it's all wonky. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Sorry
it's
guys.
not quite centered on
Yeah, sorry about that.
the stream.
I apologize. I apologize. And it's being cut. So give me 1 second. There you go. Is that okay? All right, cool.
Nice. Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I was actually on his stream and seeing him work in Blender. I'm like, oh God, thank God, I'm not the only one that's like, that's doing 3D in Blender. I feel very, very happy. And I was watching him work. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of noticed this. He's creating the dice and then he's using the Boolean modifier to create the numbers, right? He has the numbers and then he's just using a Boolean modifier to create that indent of the numbers inside, which is
Oh,
really, really
cool.
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a very arduous task. Sometimes it works. Zloty, I don't know if you're there in the chat right now. To me, sometimes the Boolean modifier works and sometimes it doesn't. You kind of like have to align it just correct. And if it doesn't align correct, you kind of have to nudge it 1 pixel to the left or to the right for the computer or for the program to actually notice like, oh, okay, this is what he's trying to do and actually do it. Because sometimes, you put the Boolean modifier in and you want the two meshes to intersect and it just doesn't want to, and you just nothing you can do about it but to just nudge it a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. Then it's like, oh, okay, now the computer recognizes it. So it's really frustrating.
Whoa.
It's really, really weird. So Cyborg, if you're in the chat, please let me know if you have had this issue as well. Maybe it's just me, but boy, sometimes using Boolean is not fun at all. But it seems like you did an amazing job. Very, very
Yeah,
awesome.
it looks great.
Yeah. And not only that, I'm gonna skip down. He actually 3D printed them.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And I asked him in the chat. I don't know if he answered or not. Uh he did not answer. I asked him kind of what kind of 3D printer he used, and because I'm also a 3D printer, or I'm not also I also use a 3D printer to print stuff. So seeing other people
Right.
do 3D prints is it's great. And these came out really clean. Look
Yeah.
at the surfaces and everything. The numbers are legible. What is this? Oh,
Yeah, they
this
look
is
great.
just the plant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. This is he can now he's able to create his own D&D dice.
Yeah, which is awesome.
That's cool. Oh, this is the four-sider one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because it has to land on the base and it goes right there. Yeah, that's cool. Slothy, thank you so much for sharing this. This warms my heart that you're actually not only designing in Blender, but you're also 3D printing stuff. So high five, man. Ah, yeah. All
Good
right.
work.
Yeah. Next. Next. Next, we have our first written submission by Pirate Princess.
Ooh.
She actually wrote some stuff here, and luckily, she actually typed it so that we could actually
Yeah.
read it. Um, Michael, I'm a little bit my throat's a little bit dry. Do you mind reading this for us
Yeah, sure. My pleasure.
while I drink?
Of course. All right, and just an FYI, we'll read this one because we haven't gotten a writing piece ever before. This is the
Mm,
first
mm,
one, so kind of special. But we're not always going to be able to read on stream. I know we've
mm.
had a couple other like sort of pseudo written submissions. I think maybe it was Captain Blue Blue or Gentleman Heavy had submitted like a little bit of a bio of a character or something like that. But like this is actual like a little piece of fiction, but because it's small enough, we're gonna go ahead and read it.
Yeah.
And I, Pirate Princess, if you are here, let us know if you're looking for any feedback. If you're not here, I'm not going to give feedback. I'm just going to read this and congratulate you for getting it out there and for sharing it because I know that's not easy to do with writing. So, without further ado, I'm going to put on my narrator's hat and
Oh yeah.
read your excerpt. The night was cool as Nilo crept through the sleeping village. Having just finished her latest mission, she needed to wash up quickly. If she was discovered out past the village curfew, much less covered in blood, there would be hell to pay. Being a mercenary isn't only illegal here in Calypso, but it is punishable by either hard labor or death. Nilo quietly steps from the shadows of one house, dashing to the trees of the whispering woods. There, a river flows where she could wash. Tall evergreens sprouted every which way. Delicate, glowing flowers grew amid bushes and grasses. Somewhere, a small animal scurries away while an owl cries out. If it weren't for the glowing flowers, Nilu wouldn't be able to find her way to the babbling river. The water was still warm from the sun, a comfort as she washed her unruly amber curls. Rinsing her face, she felt a nudge on her leg. Looking down, it was Vivi, the little rabbit. Hello, Vivi. Did you miss me? Miss me? I asked. Vivi was the first friend I had made when I got to Kingdom Calypso's. Shall we head on to the cave? I'm sure the guys are anxious that we have been out this long. End quote.
Wow.
Good job.
Michael, you're really amazing at reading, dude. You're good at
Thanks.
narration, man. Well, before we dive into this, just a quick question for you. You're still planning to do your book and you're planning to narrate your book, right?
Yes, I will narrate the audiobook version of all of my nonfiction books,
Uh-huh,
but for
uh-huh.
actual fiction, I'm gonna outsource that to an actual
Voice actor.
professional reader.
Got it, got it,
Yeah.
got it. Very cool, very cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, but Pirate Princess, thank you so much for, sending this in. This is our first written submission, and I think this, well, let me go first, and then Michael can give his thoughts later, because he has the way with the words. He knows how to write, and if you guys don't know, he actually wrote a book on how to write, what are the big storytelling points, and how to create your own masterpiece of a great story, a blueprint, if you will. And when you were reading this, she has a way with her words that I actually can picture the scene. I could paint a scene based on this little paragraph that she's written,
Hmm.
and what is called a metaphor, a simile? I don't know. I don't know what the words are. But like, it's very picturesque, like the way she describes. Where was it? The
Well,
the babbling river, the
hmm
water was still warm from the sun, and the comfort as she washed her unruly amber curls. It's like very, very visually descriptive, and I totally appreciate that. And as a person who tried to write, holy shit, I cannot write, and I'm so jealous, very envious of her diction right now. And yeah, I could tell because I'm horrible at reading. Sometimes I have to read things like 4 or 5 times in order to understand what the hell is going on. But this was it's easy. It's easy to read, man. All right, Michael, what are your thoughts on this?
no, really good points. I agree with you, and I think the word that you were looking for is imagery,
Imagery, thank
which
you.
is like a technical writing term that's used to describe writing that paints a very vivid picture in your mind.
Mm, mm, mm.
And so, yeah, I totally agree. Pirate Princess has done a really good job with imagery in this short little paragraph that kind of very clearly paints a picture in your mind of the scene, of the character and the river and the nature. Nice little teases too of like the different story elements in there. Um, but since Pirate Princess, I haven't seen Pirate Princess in the chat, so I'll reserve
Mhm,
any
mhm.
sort of like um, significant critique because I know um, that's not always what we're looking for,
Yeah.
especially when sharing artwork or sharing creative work. Um, Sometimes it's hard enough just to do that you deserve a pat on the back just for like
Yeah.
it's almost like showing somebody your underwear drawer or something.
Mhm, mhm,
At least
mhm.
for me, when I write stuff, like that's how I feel showing it to the public. So kudos, bravo for being brave. The only thing that I will say from a critical perspective, and clearly this is like a first draft, so it's really not a big deal. It's something you would find later, but be careful with tenses. And that is past tense versus present tense,
Mhm.
that sort of thing, and changing like perspective, like third person versus first person, because it changes a couple times in there, which is totally fine because you're just figuring out what it is. And when you're
Mhm, mhm.
actually writing something, you don't want to be slowed down by like trying to remember that
Yeah.
stuff. Just let it flow out. Like when I'm writing a first draft of something, tenses will change, character names will change. I'll create new characters out of thin air that didn't exist at when I started, that chapter or whatever. That's all totally fine. Um, just be mindful of that when you go back to do an edit or a rewrite. But otherwise, great work. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing, and hopefully you will share some more.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pirate Princess. You're not an artist only, but you're apparently also a writer, man. So that's awesome. And
Multi-talented.
exactly. And what I always say is, like, for example, when we share our art to anyone, we're not only sharing the stuff that we draw, but we're kind of sharing a little bit of our souls, because if we put ourselves out there, and if people are like, "Oh my God, the nose on this girl looks horrible," they're like, "Oh God, I suck." It's like you feel horrible, right? Or at least I know I do. So whenever I see people's work, I'm like, you know what? Even though it's not 100% perfect, I know they put their soul into it, and I will never ever try to mock or make fun of someone's just because it doesn't look as good as I think it should look, because everyone started their art journey different at different times of in their lives, and I always try to encourage people, like, keep doing it even though you don't think you're good right now. Everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone sucked at one point in their life. The only thing is, the difference is, did that person do it longer? Did he have the endurance to keep doing it? Did he have dedication, right? So yeah, keep at it. Whether it's writing, whether it's music, whether it's art, just keep at it. And here's the thing: if someone gives you guys shit about, oh, this is bad, your nose looks weird, just brush it off. Just be like, okay, thank you for the note, and I will do my thing. And if they try to make fun of you, just say fuck off, and I will not let your negativity affect me. I'm just gonna let it roll off of water off of a duck's back. Is that the right saying? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, don't let anyone's opinions of your work uh be let it distract you and push you off from your course, the thing that you want to do. But instead, let that anger or upset, that negative feeling, let it fuel your passion to crush that person who made fun of you, because that's what I had to do. Because in school, I'm ranting right now, but basically, when people give me negative comments in school, I just have that pent up, like, negative energy. I'm just like, I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna crush you, you mofo's. These are all the or not cohorts, the my classmates, right? We try to push one another and to make each other better. And then so I used all that energy and get better at drawing, right? So yeah, keep at it, guys. And thank you again so much for Power Princess for sharing this with us. Sorry, that was a huge tangent.
An important one.
Yeah. All right. Next submission is from June, and June is did a portrait of Gandalf.
Yeah, looks great.
It looks I have nothing else to say because it looks like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm curious, is Gandalf in the chat by any chance? Because I think
Oh
she
yeah.
did this for Gandalf.
The one thing, I mean, you know, not really for me to say at this point because I think Jun's skill level is well beyond my art skill level. Um, but if there was anything that I could suggest as a gentle critique, it would be maybe a darker contrasting background to make him kind of pop a little
Mm.
bit more.
Mm,
The like
mm, mm.
whiteness of his beard and his hair is
Mm,
kind of like
mm.
blending in with the very white background. You're getting a little
Yeah.
like tinge of like dark outline around the like back of the head, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
leaning into that a little bit more to kind of like silhouette the head, I think would maybe make
Yeah.
this push it just a
Pop.
little bit over
Pop.
the edge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I absolutely agree. Cause right now, if I squint my eye, right now if I squint my eyes, the only thing that is separating the hair from the background is this little dark line right here, as well
Mm-hmm.
as this little dark line right here. Cause if you didn't have it, I think his hair would more or less be blended into the background. Uh, yeah. I think, Michael, your note is it's a really really good note. And but the thing is, we don't currently know if she's actually finished with the piece, because this might be
Mm-hmm.
like a work in progress.
Sure.
So I'm curious. I'm very very curious what the final piece will look like, if she's done with it, or when she's done with it. But overall, I think this looks great. This looks just like Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen, is that
Oh
his
yeah, I
is that
think
his
you're
name?
right. Yeah.
It's a Magneto, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Cookie says multi-talented. Yes, exactly. She says, LOL, it's my art style. Thanks. Off noses are my thing. Thank you. Hey, they're also my thing too. I can't draw noses. Noses are like the weirdest part of the face, man. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
like it's so weird. If you don't get it right, it looks, for me at least, if I don't draw the nose correctly, they end up looking like pig snouts.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
for some odd reason, all the time I draw noses, they end up looking like pig snouts, and oh
Totally.
God. Yeah, and then so I end up
It's
just
hard.
drawing exactly. And I just end up drawing anime noses, like those little tiny, like little
Yeah.
eek, and a little tiny of a indication of a bulb right there. But yeah, like when I draw noses, they oh God, it's so hard. It is so hard. And Cookie says, it looks cool. I love the colors. Yes, that is true. Maybe the dark color will be the background. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, absolutely agree with both of you guys. Totally, totally. Just add a little bit of background color, and then Gandalf will pop. He shall pass. Very, very good. Thank you so much, June, for sharing this with us. Yeah. And another thing that June, not June, Princess worked on is she is working on the 3D model. It's from V Roy Studio. She's currently working on the I believe. Hold on, let me go back. She says working with the extra details on my new model Zera, the Egyptian princess. Ooh. I know the nose thing is more indie. Indiana? Is that
I
is
think she meant Indian. I think there's
yeah?
an
Oh,
extra A at
Indian.
the end of that.
Got it, got it. It's more Indian, but I really love the idea of it. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that
Mhm.
for the correction. Very cool.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Oh, that's interesting. That's like a half a lion and half a tiger.
But yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Cookie says, I like that tattoo. Yeah, yeah, it's very interesting. She also says, I think hands are the worst. Noses aren't too bad personally. Yeah, I suck at both. I suck at nose and hands. I don't like it. I don't. Oh, this is the thing that she's talking about. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the nose chain thing. Yeah. So yeah, she's working in V-Roy Studio now. By the way, Michael,
Cool.
I worked or I did a little bit of a test run on my computer again with the 3D model VTubing, and
Mm-hmm.
boy, that program just kills my CPU.
Oh
Like,
no.
yeah, it just takes like when I'm running it, it takes my CPU is running at 100%, my GPU runs at like 80%. I'm just like, what is going
Oh
on?
wow.
Yeah, man. I don't know, my if I don't buy a new computer, I may just not pursue the whole, VTubing thing because if it doesn't run, then I'm not going to do it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm not going to shell out thousands of dollars just to do VTubing, even though it's something
Sure.
cool and fun. I'm just like, oh God. But yeah, thank you again, Princess. This is
Yeah,
great.
it's great. Keep going.
Yeah. All right, Michael and chat. This is something that it's a collaboration between Cookie, myself, and Kolibut. We essentially
Cool.
have been doing a art swap. So the three of us would
Oh
do
yeah.
sketches, and then we
Mm-hmm.
would just pass those sketches. Cookie is the one that is responsible for this idea, as well as making the decision of who draws whose art. And I think she puts it in a randomizer uh, program to say, okay, this week, blah blah blah, he draws her, she draws him, and Chris draws Coley's art, and Coley draws Cookie's art. So that's the thing. If there's four people, then it would just swap it around. But anyways, so this is the collaboration of all three of us, and I think it was a lot of fun, and it was really 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 interesting. And this is the sketch that I did. Obviously it's a girl. I always draw girls, and during this stream I asked the chat, like, all right guys, I'm going to be drawing something for a collaboration. Give me, obviously it's a noun. It's like, and then I asked the chat, it's like, what is her hairstyle? And I believe someone in the chat said, oh, give her pigtails. I'm like, oh, thank God, I love pigtails, yay. And I'm like, all right, what is she wearing, guys? And then someone said a cat suit. I was like, oh yes, good, cat suits are sexy. And then so basically I kind of came up with this quick little sketch, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna submit this as the art swap. And then my art was assigned to Coley Butt, and this is what Coley Butt did. she took my art and then gave a little bit of a cyberpunk what is it called? What's that game called? Cyberpunk 2077?
2077. Yeah.
2077?
Or Stray is also kind of like got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sort of neon light cyberpunky sort of style.
Yeah,
Blade
yeah,
Runner,
yeah.
if you like
Right, right,
movies.
right. Yeah, yeah. So this is what she did. And it's really cool. I was like, holy cow,
Yeah.
she's like a biker chick with holding a samurai and very hot. I like it. I like it. I like it. She even,
So cool.
yeah, she even put her in a kind of like a neon like seedy karaoke environment. Um very, very awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coley, but
It's great.
yeah, I know you're sleeping right now, so you could watch this video later. Um, but yeah, it's very cool, very very cool. Um, I like it. Yeah. She actually fixed my hands. So this was my hand. My hand is not that great. I was trying to do like a
Mm,
claw, like a kitty claw
hmm.
hand. But she actually, kind of fixed it and made it even better. So I was just like, oh, thank God.
Teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork. And yeah, this was a huge endeavor too. I thought she was just gonna, draw her, but she
Yeah.
also like drew like a whole freaking environment too. So that was crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
Cookie
the
says,
glow, the neon glow lighting
yeah,
effect is good.
yeah. This reminds me of like, Tokyo, in the seedy
Mm-hmm.
parts of Tokyo maybe, or the seedy parts of Shanghai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cookie says, very fun. And Cookie says, I said that. Oh, I think she's talking about the pigtails things. She was the one that I asked, like, what
Nice.
kind of hairstyle? She's like, pigtails. I was like, oh, yay, thank God. She also says, cool background. Yeah, this background is awesome. Very, very cool. All right. And this was a sketch done by Cookie. It's a super
Sweet.
cute sketch. It's
Yeah, I
a
love it.
Yeah, it's a girl in a dino suit and with a little butterfly on her nose. And then I had the pleasure of painting over that, and this is the final result. Uh, the
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, thanks, man. This was a collaborative effort. It was so much fun. And the only thing that I really took liberties on was I changed up the butterfly. I looked online and I couldn't really
Mm-hmm.
find a butterfly that was shaped like this. So instead, I just took a look at it's called a monarch butterfly. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the I took the design of the wings, but obviously if you zoom in, you're gonna see like, oh, butterflies don't really look like that. I kind of just
Yeah,
created my own, butterfly.
kind of got like a
Uh,
seahorse kind of a look to it.
yeah, 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 totally. Um, I didn't even think about that, but yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Transforming, the line art into the artwork. As you can tell, I usually don't do profiles, so this was very interesting. I had to look at, uh, Disney, Pixar, like Elsa's profile photo, and I
Mm-hmm.
just looked at her profile and I just kind of drew like the shapes and tried to make it look as three-dimensional as possible. Um, it was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys did great. You guys should
Yeah.
share this on social media if you haven't already.
Cookie, have you shared this on social media yet? 'Cause I have not. And if you're okay with it, I would love to put this on my Twitter. Thank you for the suggestion, Michael. I didn't
Yeah,
even think about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cute. I think people will dig it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cookie says, okay, but what Chris did was absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you so much. The only reason why it's amazing is because you had a really good sketch to work off of. Because if I didn't have this,
Oh
I
yeah.
wouldn't have done it, right? So we just build one upon one another. So that's cool. All right, next. This is a sketch done by Coley Butt. Blah, blah, blah. It is a I want to say it's a rat skull.
Oh,
Correct me
okay.
correct me if I'm wrong. Think I
That's
don't know.
probably not a
It,
rat though, because
it,
the teeth, like rat teeth, are like they've got like
oh yeah, yeah,
incisors
yeah.
like this
Right,
at
right,
the
right. Yeah,
very
yeah,
front.
yeah.
That's
So
probably like
s-
a cat
may-
skull, or
maybe
well,
it's a
no,
cat
that's not a
skull.
cat either. No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Might be a
but
big cat. That might be like an ocelot or a lion or something.
yeah, and it's also got like mushrooms slash fungi growing out of its eyeball eye socket,
Yeah, but
right?
it's cool. It's a really
It's
nice
very cool.
line drawing.
Yeah, and then so oh, it's a cat skull. It was a cat
It
skull.
was a cat
Cookie
skull.
said.
Okay,
Nice, good job, Michael. Nice.
there you go.
Wow. That shows how bad of an artist I am. I can't tell the anatomy between a freaking cat and a rat. Oh God. Oh, okay. So
Anatomy
this was
stuff.
yeah. This is her sketch, and then Cookie turned it into
Cool.
this masterpiece. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's like a glowing a cat skull in a fantasy mist river swamp area, and then mushrooms are growing out of it. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. A great collab.
Yeah, it was a
Really
lot of fun.
good job with the anatomy on that skull, because it looks very accurate. I don't know like what the reference was, if it was a photo or an actual skull, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's cool about the colored version too is there's like a lot of depth of field in
Mm.
this image, which is cool.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to formulate my words. Yes, the depth of field. Michael has made a very astute observation. He's playing. Whatchamacallit? Cookie has made a very conscious choice of keeping the most important things in the image sharp as possible, and then make all the background, the stuff that's not important in the background, blurred out. In photography, we call that bokeh. With higher frame, what is it? Higher the f-stop. I'm sorry, the lower the f-stop, the the more bokeh, the more blurriness you will get. And Cookie, you did an amazing job. You actually made it look like as if this was like a photo. You took a photo, and so it keeps the image sharp, or the subject matter sharp, and the stuff in the background blurry. Awesome. It's great that you recognize that. I kind of missed that, Michael.
Yeah. The thing too, that's like, speaking of the like focal point, is the color and the like value. You've got
Mm.
a much lighter value and color on the skull itself in the center, and then the surrounding background is like a much lower value.
Mhm.
So yeah, looks cool.
Yeah. Good job, Cookie. Question. When's our next one? I'm curious. When is our next one?
Yeah, do more of these. This
Yeah.
is entertaining.
Yeah, this is really fun. This is a lot of fun. I will say that this right here is like the focal point right here, because you could see like out of all the pieces,
Mm-hmm.
this right here, it has the highest form of contrast. Also right here, too.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say that like the eye was like where
exactly.
mine went to the eye socket first, and then to
Hmm.
where you pointed, that tooth,
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
jaw thing right there.
yeah. Because if
And
we
then
squint
third's
our
probably that mushroom.
Yeah. So yeah, if we squint our eyes, this is the first thing that we see. Cause yeah, it's essentially once you squint our eyes, it's like what pops out first, right? And then so
Hmm.
this definitely does that. So good job again, Cookie. This has been a lot
Yeah,
of fun. A lot of fun. Let me know when the next one is, okay? And Cookie's not done yet. Oh, hold on.
sweet.
Zlothy said Elegoo's Mars Pro. Ah, man. Zlothy
Is
has a
that
better he has an
that's a
upgraded
fancy 3D
version.
printer?
Yeah. Well, it's the one I use, but it's one version up from my printer. So I have the Elegoo's Mars, but he has the Pro version, that son of a bitch.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And this is also from Cookie. Every week is a new style, and this is what I've done in the past a week and a bit. So this was
Awesome.
what she was working on yesterday, and it
That's so
looks
cool.
yeah, it has a really moody kind of feel, like a goth satanic chick. um
Yeah,
very fun. she's
I
she's
like
doing a lot of
the
characters.
yeah, and the layering with the sort of like pentagram and whatever she's holding in her hand, you're kind of creating this sort of like luminescence effect. That's really cool. What app is this? Is it
Procreate.
Procreate?
Yep, it's Procreate. Yep, she uses she streams on Twitch using the iPad, and when she's
Sweet.
streaming, she uses Procreate to draw on. So yeah, it's very cool.
Nice.
Good job, good job.
Rocking and rolling.
I
Yeah.
yeah, I love this little area right here. This
Oh
little
yeah. It's almost like evocative
it's like
of
a
like a rib cage, like an exposed rib
yeah
cage. Like
yeah
that's the spinal cord almost.
yeah. It's very awesome. And also this one right here. I remember you starting this one, and yeah, you finish it. Great job.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. Oh, she's even got a little tattoo right here on her tummy.
Oh yeah. And what's she holding in her left hand? Is that some kind of like weapon?
Left hand. Left hand is this one right here.
Her left. Yeah, that one.
I well, I mean, Cookie. What is she holding? I think it's like a weapon or something, like something that could cut your head off.
Yeah.
Woof.
Oh wow, and does she have like a slave demon or like
Yeah.
on a leash to the left of the screen there?
Yeah. Um, the only critique that I will give you, Cookie, is um if you can, if this is obviously optional, but if you can make this extend your canvas here a little bit more to this side so that she herself, the person, can be exactly centered in the composition, because right now she's a little bit off center, because like the center should be like right here, right? If I'm looking at it correctly, because everything's kind of dark. I think the
Yeah, I
center
think you're
is
right.
like, yeah, the center is supposed to be right here. So if you can, extend this piece out just a little bit so that this itself can be at the center of the composition image. Because right now it's like a little bit off centered, and I'm a stickler. I'm a stickler to when things are like off center. But obviously that doesn't really matter all that much. What matters is the rendering itself. And I think you did an awesome job. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. This is
Yeah,
cool.
great work.
Yeah, and Coley butt is up. Yeah, good morning, or not morning, but
Welcome
happy
back.
you're welcome back. Yeah, we were just looking at your art. Amazing job on what you did with my artwork. With my cat girl. You actually created a super awesome environment, and you made her look so much cooler. Lissy, hey, oh my God, I'm here. Hello, Lissy. Welcome. Killer Cookie says that guy is actually Satan. It's Satan. Wow. So
What? Satan on a
her,
leash? Man, she must
wow.
be a real badass.
Yeah, she's like the 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 mistress or something, that controls Satan. Oh, that's hot. Chloe Butts, I was going to say something, but this is a family channel. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, it really depends on what you probably say. Killer Cookie says, I can make it smaller, but I can't extend the canvas. I thought something was off. Thank you. No, yeah, no problem. I'm sure you can extend it. I don't use Procreate, but I think
I
you
think
can
you
extend it.
can, but I mean, you'd have to draw in everything because it would just
Yeah,
open like a blank
like
pixels be
right.
added.
Yeah, I think I think she could do it because all this stuff right here, she could just kind of like use a soft brush and
Hmm,
paint it in, right? But yeah,
yeah.
see if you could find the tool to extend the canvas, right? Uh, Lissy says, I just got done and with the movie showing at college, I got moved in and trying to just relax and comfy. It's hard. I miss my home and familiarity. Well, really happy that you're here with us, man. And yes, please just relax and enjoy the show, man. And we're very happy to have you here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let me see. Oh, yes. So good job, Cookie. Amazing job. Because I was there when you first started. Because I was like, ooh, what is this thing going to look like later? And that's what it looks like. And I think we're done. We're done. Thank you guys.
Sweet.
for sharing your
Great work,
amazing art.
everybody. Damn,
Yeah, great work, great
that was a
work.
hell of an art share this week.
Yeah. And Cookie, please let us know when the next art swap is. I would be very, very happy to join in again.
Oh,
This was a lot of
think I
fun.
saw Cookie said something about submissions are due in a week or sketches. Cookie said something about that.
Oh, did
You
she?
now
I
have a
missed it.
week to submit a sketch.
Oh, okay. All right. Uh, one week. 1 week. Okay. All right, cool. Cookie, I'll do that now. I don't think I can. Okay, well, if you can't, then you can't. No worries. No worries at all. All right. We are done with the art sharing
Woo!
part. And again, if you guys have anything to share, feel free to post it and we will take a look at it next week, everyone. But for now,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, and all right, we are here at the Q&A session, and I will give you guys drinks. Lissy, welcome. Here is your not dark pepper. Here's your Pepsi, and Coley Butt.
Nice.
You have your thing. Cookie. Am I missing anyone? Oh, I think Totoro was here.
Totoro was here.
Yeah,
I think he
he's
might be gone.
he's probably sleeping. Da, da, da. Am I missing anyone else?
I don't think so. I think you got everybody.
I got everyone right. Okay, good. All right, guys. We're just here to hang out. Let us know if you guys have any questions. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed uh all the stuff that I shared today. And again, the goal for next Sunday for me, my homework is to update the bump map for scene 2 props, put all the scene 2 props into Unity, and get started. At least UV unwrap most, if not all the assets in scene 5. So that is my goal for next Sunday. And yeah. And Michael, how are you doing? Are you making any progress on Wednesday stuff? Or did you crack any hard questions that you were trying to pursue?
The short version is since my last update on Wednesday, I got my ass kicked by some bugs that I found, and also this other thing that I was trying to add um, to basically what I'm working on right now is like the enemy encounters, right? So when you at a certain point, we want to be able to trigger like, okay, wave of enemies should come in and attack the player. But in order to make it not the same thing every time, and also in order to like help me not have to like manually program in and put in a bunch of different like animation and rails for like every single encounter, I want to kind of automate it and make the computer do all that. I mean, that's
Mm,
one of the advantages of making a game is that we can offload some of the work to the computer. And so I've been trying to implement a couple of things that I thought would be like really simple. They turned out to be much, much more challenging. And in computer programming land, there's this thing called refactoring. And it basically means taking existing code that is maybe has kind of like gotten a little bit long or maybe isn't quite in the right place. Like maybe when it was smaller,
mm,
that was the right place for it and it was okay. But as the thing has grown and expanded and you've added features, now it's like, well, it doesn't make sense for this thing to be in here. It should actually be over here. This piece
right,
is talking to this thing, so let's put it on that thing.
right.
Um, where I am right now, I realized that there were a lot of those pieces that it has. And this is interesting. Just out of curiosity, I went and did sort of like a check to see like how long is it, like how many lines of code actually is this game, and it's a little over 2,000,
Whoa.
which is yeah, which is cool. Um, and at that scale, though, with the additional things that I'm trying to add in for the enemies, I'm realizing that I needed to kind of rethink like how all this stuff is organized. In fact, I think I can give you a teensy little sneak peek at this diagram that I made
Cool.
to kind of try to figure out some of this stuff. Because some of it is just me trying to like wrap my head around like how the hell is this gonna work? Let's see if Keynote. Yeah, here you go. So here is a thing. You can see this, right? This like
Yeah, yeah.
diagram.
I'm making stuff bigger so that we can see it. Okay, perfect.
So basically, this was just a way for me to kind of wrap my head around, like, if you look over here on the right-hand side, this is a sort of diagram of what happens in the game. This little like paper airplane here is the player.
Mhm.
With the player flies through a gate,
Mhm.
and the gate has this sort of like triggering event that will then make the enemies appear, right? And then
Mhm.
this is
Mhm.
kind of just like a verbal explanation or a written explanation of that. And all of these things over here are kind of the different puzzle pieces that all need to interact with each other and talk to each other to make all that happen. And it's this kind of like a visual representation of like, okay, the drone in Unity has a drone rig object, and that object has a child, which is the actual drone itself, and that has a script that keeps track of what the drone does. The the drone rig, he has a script that keeps track of what he does, on and so forth. Same thing with the gate. Gate's got an actual object that is in the world, and it's got a script that manages what it does. And then the drone grid, this is basically like an invisible thing that keeps track of like where in space can the drones be and not
Mhm.
be like colliding with each other,
Mhm.
not be off screen so the player can't see them. This it basically
Wow.
keeps track of like where the drones should be so the players can shoot them and they're not colliding with each other.
Right, right, right.
So one of the things that I'm trying to do right now is add an additional programming to get the drones to have different behaviors and not always just do the same thing where they fly in front of the player and sit there.
Nice.
Um, in order to do that, I needed to kind of understand, well, which pieces of the game should be responsible for doing what. And
Uh-huh.
so
Uh-huh.
down here at the bottom, I kind of started to think through like, okay, well, the drone grid, the only thing I want it to do is to just allocate grid positions. Just keep track of, is there a drone in this position on the grid? If yes, don't give that position to any other drone that asks for a spot. If the grid is full, whatever thing is asking for a spot, say, hey, sorry, we're all full. And keep track of like checking in and checking out grid positions. That way, if a drone gets destroyed, like, oh, that position's available now. If somebody wants to come
Yeah.
take it, like you can put it in there. The gate, basically, it needs to just set the parameters because for one gate, when we pass through it, I want it to trigger a certain type of enemy. Like, oh, when you go through this gate, I want 5 enemies to kind of leapfrog in front of the player. But when you go through a different gate, maybe I
Mhm.
want like one really powerful enemy to kind of just like slowly come in on the side and start turning towards the player, and the player has to kill it before turns around and starts shooting it.
Right.
So the gate will keep track of all those things. But then everything else kind of needs to be offloaded to the drone. We need to, the drone needs to basically, this part right here is kind of the most important thing, is it needs to keep track of behavior. The way that I'm planning to do that is they're going to be different sort of prefabs for
Uh-huh.
like different drone behaviors. So the gate, all it has to do is say, I need um, five of the drones that spawn at the distance and then rush towards the player. And that's all it does. It's going to
Right.
say, I need 5 of those, and here are your parameters, go. And then those drones will ask the drone grid, I need a position in here, give me one that isn't already taken. And then the drone will keep track of the rest of like its behavior. And then hopefully it'll
Mhm.
do
Mhm.
something cool that will, be interesting for the player to interact with. So
Nice.
this was just like a little diagram for me to kind of like try to make sense in my head of all that stuff before I
Right.
start programming it, because boy howdy, it can get really
Real
overwhelming if you
confusing.
don't have like a roadmap of some kind.
Right, right,
So
right.
there you go.
That's cool.
That's what I've been up to.
Obviously this is only a diagram of your thoughts and everything. Will you kind of do a real-time gameplay of breakdown like different kind of gates and different kind of drones and different kind of grids, just like section it all out, or make it in separate pieces so that we could actually visually see
Oh
when a player
yeah,
passes, then we're like, oh, okay, this happens when you pass this gate, just show it differently,
yep,
visualize it to us.
exactly.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. That is cool, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely have at least 2 different types of behavior that I can
Mm,
show on Wednesday. I'm hoping to have a lot
nice.
more. I'd really like
Cool.
to have all of them done, but that's, I think, a bit ambitious.
Sure, sure, sure. Well, that's cool. That's a sneak peek, guys. Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing. We can't wait.
Sure.
And question, what is what is our trivia thing again for next week or Wednesday?
What?
What is our trivia for next Wednesday?
Oh, yes. So the last suggestion that we in the queue that I haven't gotten to yet is Jane Austen, Jane Austen theme. So we're probably going to really, it's probably going to be a Pride and Prejudice themed trivia
Oh,
because that's the only one that I'm like really super familiar with. Um, so for anybody who wants to participate in Tavern Trivia on Wednesday, brush up on your Pride and Prejudice movies because that's going to be the theme.
I know nothing about Pride and Prejudice. Oh God. Oh, sorry. Oh crap, I missed the chat. Lizzie says, I missed y'all. I was so looking forward to this. I'm starting to cry. Nah, don't
Oh
cry.
no, don't cry.
We're here. We're here for you. We're here for you. Just
And you're going to
relax,
have the
relax.
whole VOD.
Yeah.
If you came late, you can always go back and we'll be there hanging out with you.
Yeah. So yes. And you could always catch it us on YouTube as well. So yeah, we're here. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. 'Cause everyone we have lives. So don't feel like you missed out. Okay. Cookie says I was imagining literal bugs. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
and
oh, oh.
fighting the biggest cockroaches that you can possibly imagine.
Oh, you were you were a
Scorpions are
starch.
huge in Texas. I've been
Yeah,
fighting
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, apparently Michael enlisted to be in the Starship Trooper movie. He's like fighting bugs now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want my citizenship,
Yeah,
damn it.
yes, exactly. It is a good day to die for when you know the reason why. Yeah. Cookies also said, actually, but so glad I'm not the only one. Okay, so both of them thought that when you're talking about bugs, you were talking about literal bugs. Kalipa says, I was like kicked ass or ass kicked bugs. Cookie says, ha, yeah, who? Oh God. Yeah, so no, we were talking about computer bugs, guys. Computer bugs, not.
You know what's funny though? The term computer bug actually comes from one of the like earliest computer programmers. I forgot what her name was, but the computer system that they were working on was failing and they didn't know why. So she opened it up and it turns out there was a moth that got stuck on one of the transistors. So when they
Oh,
removed the dead moth, then the computer worked again. So the origin of
oh,
the word computer bug actually comes from there being a literal insect stuck in the computer.
oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah, fun fact. There's even a photo of it. Like you can see the picture of this moth in the
Oh
computer.
damn! Wow.
Yeah,
I
from
mean,
like
yeah,
1972 or something.
yeah. I'm sure if there was another universe like World 27 or World 28 or something like that, I'm sure for the word bug, there's probably like another word that's being used. But because of that
Hmm.
event happening, that this lady found a bug, a moth inside of a computer. That's how in our universe we adopted the word bug. I'm sure there's like another word that's being used. If that event never happened, then we would probably use, I don't know, what's a good word for like a computer bug? Do you think discrepancy?
Like a yeah,
Like a
like a
like
glitch,
a glitch
error,
or
or a quirk.
destruction. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's weird. This is weird. Cookie says so it came from a literal bug. That's cool. Yeah, it is really cool. Um, Michael, I wanted to ask you as well as the chat. Okay, I had this idea when I was just doing work. Uh, I kind of want to play games with you and the community. Obviously, I play games with you, Michael, right? Overwatch.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, Colybut, Killer Cookie, Lissy, for those of you guys in the chat. Do you guys play this game called Among Us at all? Because I've been watching a few streams, a few VTuber streams, and whenever they're playing Among Us, they have one hell of a time. Obviously, they start yelling at each other. I mean, they're friends, but obviously, after they play the games, they become enemies. Yeah, I'm kidding. Because they start accusing one another, and they eject one another from the spaceship and they die and stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know exactly how to play it. I just watch them play and I know there's two teams. the good guy and the imposters, and you gotta filter them out, right? And I was just thinking, like, maybe not on this Creative Tavern channel, maybe it is, but maybe we can have one try it out, like, I don't know. We could play Among Us, as me and you, and then the rest of the people in the chat. Maybe we could have like a game night, and not just doing art wise. But obviously Michael and I are like super crushed on time right now, where we have we gotta finish our game. But maybe after September, we can start to play a game like this, and play a game as a community, right? So like Killer Cookie, Kolibot, Lissy, Mimi, and Michael, and whoever else wants to join, we could come together in the server and just try to kill one another. Although we're trying to form a nice healthy community, we start to kill one another apparently. What do you think, Michael?
I think it sounds great. I'm totally game. I have the same experience as you with Among Us. Like, haven't played it, want to, have seen so many other people have an absolute hell of a time enjoying themselves. Kind of want to see what that's all about. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm totally game. And yeah, I agree. I would like to delay that until after September when we're
right.
past crunch time.
Yeah.
Um, and on that topic, one other game that I would suggest that maybe we can throw in there, not quite that same sort of dynamic, but I think it might be fun for other people to watch, maybe me and you play, and to like make suggestions. Would be like one of the roller coaster tycoon games, or like one of
Oh,
the theme park building games, because we both come from the theme park industry. So it
ah,
might be fun to watch actual theme park professionals build a theme park in a video game.
yeah. Well, oh god, oh god. Just FYI, Michael, I
No
worked it.
pressure.
I worked in the theme park industry, but I've only worked on like specific attractions. Like you put me inside of a box, I could create like a attraction,
Paint
but
us some rocks,
yeah,
Chris.
yeah, and I paint rocks. I could do an amazing job painting rocks. But I know nothing about circulation. I know nothing about like uh I don't know what else you do on Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it
That's
is.
gonna make it entertaining for
Oh, okay.
everybody to watch
Okay. Oh
us like
god.
get stuck
Oh
with like,
god.
oh my god, this queue. There's not enough bathrooms, and
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be a blast.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All right. What does the chat say? The chat says Kolibut says now this is a group building activity. Cool. Cookie says I'm down. I like murdering people. Yeah. Cookie likes. I mean, she is after all named Killer Cookie. All right. Uh, Kolibut says, "Ooh, that would be fun." Cookie says, "There's also Fall Guys. Yeah. There's also
Oh
Fall
yeah,
Guys.
Fall
I want
Guys.
I want to
Hell
play Fall
yeah.
Guys too. Yeah." Okay, says like starting a server. That's right.
Hmm.
Colibut says we can play Fall Guys 2 as a group. Yeah. And Cookie says we have one brain. Hive mind.
Hive mind.
Yeah. Hell Hydra. Hell Hydra. Yes. So, yeah.
Mind meld is happening.
Yes. Good. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I want to play games. I want to play games with not just you, but I want to play games with you guys as well, Coleybutt and
Hell
Cookie.
yeah.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. You could Coleybutt, you could tell Jason to come play with us too. That would be
Yeah.
the more the merrier. Yeah, I definitely want to play Fall Guys too, because it seems
That
like a
looks
lot of fun.
hilarious.
It's so hilarious and so much fun, and I think you could play as a team, like the all five
Oh,
of us,
cool.
or
It's not
yeah,
just
all
every man for himself.
yeah. It's like we can only win if we as a group can win only if all of us survives basically. And I think that would
Nice.
be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Another
Cookie said,
game that oh, sorry, go ahead.
no. You go.
Just gonna say another game that I think maybe is like a bit older at this point, kind of a precursor to Fall Guys, but there's a game called Gang Beasts, which looks really hilarious. Basically
Uh-huh.
uses like I think it's like a four-player game, and you're trying, and it uses like this really interesting physics and like grabbing physics system where different, humanoid characters can like grab each other and then try to like throw each other
Oh
into
God.
pits and things. but then the other characters can like grab onto them and like dangle and hang, and it looks really ridiculous and silly. Um, but yeah, so maybe we could add that to the list to check out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's cool. What is it called again?
Gang Beasts. Here, I'll type it in the chat for
Gained
y'all.
Beasts.
Gang
Okay. Oh,
Beasts.
Game Beasts. Nice, nice. Very, very cool. Very awesome. Playbot says, you don't want me and Jason play Among Us. Oh God. Oh God. Are they like pros? Are you guys? So
Sounds like.
this is a term that I'm kind of old, so whenever I hear new diction on the internet, apparently cracked nowadays means like you're really really good at something. So apparently Butt and Jason, they're cracked at Among Us. Yes you
Nice.
can. Coley says Game Beast. Yeah, I'll tell him to keep his mouth shut if he sees me kill someone. Oh, okay. We could play card games like uh Uni? Do you mean Uno or is it Uni? I don't know what Uni is. I know what Uno
I
is.
don't know.
Yeah, as well. Now you can't cheat Coley. Just kill him too. Now I like him
There you
to
go.
fall under pressure. Oh, okay, nice. Well, very cool.
I hear him squirm.
Yeah. All right, it's good. It's good. Okay, very, very good. I am very, very happy that you guys are interested in playing games together. So at the end of September, we will set. Michael and I will try to set it up. Well, first of all, I gotta learn how to play Among Us. I actually bought the game. I just never played it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. I got it on Steam for like 5.95 or something like that, and then
Nice.
I never played it. So yeah, I want to familiarize myself with it and then play with you guys. It'll be a lot of fun. But with
Sweet.
that said, I think we are good. I think we're done for the day and or for the night. Let me see. All right, Michael, pick one or two. One or two.
Two.
All right. Tonight because Michael picked two, we will be rating Jason Art.
Cool.
Jason. All right. Thank you guys so much. Kolibot, Killer Cookie, Lissy, Totoro, if you're still there. He's probably fell asleep. Uh, Thank you guys so much for being here. We love you guys, and please keep posting your amazing artwork. What else? What else? On Wednesday we will be back, and Michael's gonna be sharing a lot of the stuff that he's been working on in Unity. And oh yes, I'm supposed to like say what I do. Yes, I am a concept artist again, and you can follow me on my social. Here it is. Here's my social link as well as Michael. You can find us at the appropriate places, and obviously you can find me at hold on, let me change this thing right here at Twitch at Lee Design Studio. Currently, I'm drawing a lot of pinup girls, and we're having a lot of fun. And this is where you can find me. And anything else that I want to tell you guys? No, that's about it. So please find me at twitch.tv at Lee Design Studio. Michael, where can they find you, good sir?
Chris shared a link. If you click that, you can get access to my website and social and all that stuff. Not really super active on any of that stuff just now because I'm really busy trying to make this game. But I do have a book available if you want to read my writing and you're interested in storytelling. I've got a book called Blockbuster Blueprint, which is available on Amazon. Um, so there's that. Otherwise, the best place to stay up to date with me is right here on the Creative Tavern every
Yeah.
Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Michael. Sweet. All right, guys. Have a lovely evening, Kolibot, and have a lovely rest of the day, Killer Cookie, and also evening for you, Lissy, if you're still there watching. And thank you guys so much for being here. And again, we love you. Thank you for being here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stream. Don't go anywhere, cause we will be rating Jason very, very soon. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Night, guys. See ya. All right, and we are rating.